Today, Wednesday of the third week of Lent, we come to the church San Sisto. The chapel can still be visited in the catacombs of St. Callistus, where Pope St. Sixtus II and 4 deacons were celebrating the liturgy when the Roman soldiers burst in and arrested them during the persecutions in the year 258. On the way to their execution, another deacon came forward to the Pope and begged to be allowed to accompany him. The Pope replied that while not now, in a few days' time, the deacon would join him in suffering for the faith. And so did St. Lawrence go and prepare for his own death. Now the memory of the martyred Pope is kept by this modest basilica, which has quietly stood on this location for over 16 centuries. The foundation of the basilica is dated to the reign of Pope Anastasius, who reigned from 399 to 401. Like other basilicas of this time, such as Peter in Chains and St. Vitalis, the entrance to the church was through an open colonnade, although this was soon enclosed. In these early centuries, the scrutinies of the catechumens were held at this church before receiving baptism at the Lateran baptistry. At the time of the iconoclastic persecutions in the East, a group of Byzantine monks established themselves in some old Roman structures behind the church around the year 800, creating the monastery of St. Mary in Tempolo. The remains of this structure can still be seen some ways behind the apse of the current church. And so what are some important highlights from this small basilica? First, we have Our Lady of the Rosary side altar, an altarpiece depicting Our Lady of the Rosary and Saints Dominic, Thomas Aquinas, and Philip Neri. We can see the Dominican dog holding a firebrand in his mouth, alluding to the story of Dominic's mother, Blessed Juana de Asa, having a vision that in her womb she would bear a dog with a flaming torch in his mouth, who would go out and set all the world afire. We also have the straight-walled apse, a beautiful 13th century fresco with biblical scenes, and the stained glass window of the Madonna of St. Sixtus. And finally, we have the original church columns. In the cloister outside the church, we see these columns from the foundations of the original basilica.